there are two categories of expenses in your world, right? There are the fixed expenses that don't change every month, that are like super, super important. And then there are discretionary expenses. In other words, you could say this is what you need, this is what you want. Now some of these, there's some needs over here maybe, but it's tricky because it's all about amount, right? And here's the thing. These expenses are like the foundation for these expenses. So for us, the number one thing we do with every paycheck is we give some away. Before we spend any money on ourselves, we give to God. We've set aside 10% at least, and we give to Manifest and other things. That's what we do, okay? That's non-negotiable. The next category, and this can be super simplified, is maybe your mortgage or your rent, okay? Another one would be the rest of the bills that you pay. And the idea is you do this first before you move to the discretionary income side of the equation, right? So over here, you might think, I have to eat. Yes, but how much and what? That's what's discretionary, right? And then the things like gas for the car, and we'll just say entertainment. Again, this is vastly simplified. But here's the concept. You never take money out of these envelopes to put into these envelopes. Ever. Ever. Because if you do, you can't pay rent, or you can't, like, this is really, really important, okay? So this is big. You don't, in fact, what you need to do, if necessary, if something would change here, is you take from here to put into these envelopes. So whatever's left, after doing all this, whatever's left, you can now divvy up into these envelopes. And here's the concept. Maybe I got $500 here, and I've got $150 here, and I've got $75 here. If I run out of gas before the end of the month, I don't borrow from here. I say it's got to then come from groceries or entertainment. So maybe I don't get to go to a movie this month, and I pull $20 out and I put it in the gas envelope, or I fill my car, right? And you can move things around here, but you don't mix it up. Now, here's how I'm going to apply this to the spiritual life, okay? Because this is what David was wrestling with. I'm just going to give you a picture, and some of you, you're going to need to take a picture of this to kind of give you a picture for your life, okay? So these are the fixed expenses. These are what I was talking about before, the things that we value, okay? So, or the things that maybe we ought to value. Not everyone values integrity, but you should, okay? So the idea is that these are fixed expenses. These are the things that actually make for a meaningful life. Over here, you have all the things that are kind of discretionary. And not some of them are bad, not all of them are bad. I'm not saying they're bad things. But the idea is this. You never sacrifice these things to get these things, ever. You don't say, you know what, I'm just going to give up on my integrity so I can make a little extra cash. You don't do that. You will. That's how to make a decision with more regret, not fewer regrets. Right? You never say, you know what, I'm just going to sacrifice my family for some thrills. You never say, I'm not going to be generous. Instead, I'd rather be comfortable. I mean, you could, but you shouldn't. You really shouldn't do that. So this is a really important construct for us to grasp. A foolish person sacrifices the things they value for the things that they want, or the things they think they want. Because again, remember, what you really, really want is more of what you value, not more of what you crave. Is this sinking in? So here's what happened with David. He didn't understand until later the essence of temptation is choosing what you think you want over what you value. Do you understand that you can fill up these envelopes chock full? They can be stuffed full of currency, whatever that energy that is you're going to put in your life, your resources, all that stuff. It can be overflowing. You can be swimming in it over here. But if there's nothing in here, you will not ever be happy. Ever. This is so big to get. Now, here's another thing. A wise person will actually use these things to get more of those. In other words, I'm going to sacrifice my ego for my legacy. I'm going to sacrifice my comfort for my family. We've got it reversed. We wonder why we're paying for it. So when you're faced with a decision, what you got to ask yourself is, am I being asked to give up what I value for what I think I want? If you are, you're about to get ripped off.